Welcome to tonight's top news stories from around the world. You are watching Millennium News Hour and I am Tanzeba Naurin. Let's get started with the headlines making waves right now. Cracks showing in Democratic support as Biden says he nearly fell asleep on stage. I am not leaving. Biden expands effort to tamp down calls to step aside. White House weighs options after ruling on immunity as Democrats react with outrage. Trump revels in legal and political wins while Biden's campaign reels from their debate. 4th of July holiday will scorch with triple-digit temps, over 100 million people under heat alerts. Raging wildfire forces 13,000 people to evacuate in Northern California. Jamaica braces for Hurricane Beryl with life-threatening winds and storm surge. For the first time ever, Canada appoints Oman as top soldier. Taiwan demands China returns fishing boat seized by Coast Guard. Stampede at religious event in India kills more than 100 people, almost all of them women. LeBron James reportedly extends Lakers' stay with $104 million deal. And Alcaraz shakes off cobwebs to ease past Vukic into Wimbledon third round. You are listening to Headlines Now News in detail. Support for Joe Biden's re-election campaign is showing cracks among Democratic leaders. Barack Obama has expressed concerns about Biden's chances, and Biden acknowledged the critical importance of the coming days to prove his capability. Biden is meeting with state governors and Capitol Hill leaders all week to reassure them after a poor debate performance against Donald Trump. He will also be interviewed by ABC's George Stephanopoulos on Friday. A Biden ally told the New York Times that Biden is committed to re-election but knows the stakes of upcoming events. The White House denied claims of internal doubts. House Democrat Jim Clyburn suggested a mini primary if Biden steps aside, the first to discuss a replacement process. Biden attributed his weak debate performance to international travel fatigue, saying, "I wasn't very smart, nearly fell asleep on stage." Obama reportedly told allies that Biden's path to re-election is now tougher after the debate, according to the Washington Post. President Joe Biden on Wednesday increased his outreach to lawmakers, Democratic governors, and staff after days of criticism that he hasn't done enough to personally tamp down a nervousness that he should abandon his run for re-election. Nearly a week after the debate, he and senior aides are still scrambling to recover from his devastating performance last week and quash growing calls for him to step down as the party's nominee in the November election. On an all-hands call with campaign staffers, Biden made clear that he didn't plan to exit the race, telling attendees, "Let me say this as clearly as I possibly can, as simply and straightforward as I can. I am running," according to one campaign official on the call. "No one is pushing me out," the president added, also saying, "I am not leaving. I'm in this race to the end, and we are going to win." Moments later, White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre reiterated Biden's comments at a press briefing, telling reporters that the president is absolutely not considering stepping down. On the campaign call, Biden also called for his party to be unified heading into the fall, telling staffers that when Democrats unite, we will always win. Just as we beat Donald Trump in 2020, we are going to beat him again in 2024. The White House is considering how to respond to the Supreme Court's decision on presidential immunity, which favored Donald Trump. President Joe Biden warned that future presidents could misuse this power. White House spokesperson Ian Sams said that they are reviewing the decision and looking into ways to protect democracy and the rule of law from this dangerous precedent. Congressional Democrats were outraged by the 6-3 ruling, split along ideological lines. However, they have struggled to present a clear plan of action, facing criticism from some liberal supporters. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer called the ruling a disgraceful decision by the MAGA Supreme Court but did not mention any legislative actions. Senate Judiciary Committee Chair Dick Durbin said the court's decision makes presidents immune from prosecution for abusing power to overturn elections or other misconduct. Durbin added that the ruling undermines the Justice Department's independence and commitment to the rule of law. His office did not provide details on any committee response plans. In the aftermath of President Joe Biden's lackluster debate performance, former President Donald Trump has opted for a low-key approach, allowing the spotlight to remain on Democratic Party turmoil. Biden's post-debate struggles have prompted calls from within his party for him to step down amid concerns of potential electoral losses. Last week, Trump received a legal boost when the Supreme Court ruled in favor of broad presidential immunity, significantly impacting the case against him regarding efforts to overturn the 2020 election results. This ruling all but ensures that any trial proceedings will be delayed until after Election Day, bolstering Trump's position. Additionally, the judge in Trump's New York hush money case postponed sentencing to assess the Supreme Court's decision's implications. These developments, coupled with a substantial fundraising surge that has erased Biden's financial age, have buoyed Trump's spirits as he prepares for the upcoming Republican National Convention. Meanwhile, Biden supporters are dismayed, preferring to shift focus to Trump's policy agenda and controversial debate remarks, minimizing the Capitol riot and casting doubt on election results acceptance. Trump's strategic silence contrasts sharply with his usual prominence, underscoring his campaign's tactical shift amid favorable legal and political outcomes. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feast. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Heat warnings and watches cover 110 million people across 21 states this holiday period, with potentially historic extreme temperatures expected in the West. The National Weather Service in San Francisco predicts a 6 to 12-day heat wave, the longest in 18 years for the Bay Area. Tuesday saw numerous heat records shattered, with over 130 more likely to break by next Tuesday. The Weather Service warns of an exceptionally dangerous situation, noting that heat is the leading cause of weather-related deaths in the U.S. Excessive heat warnings span California, southern Nevada, parts of Arizona, Washington, and Oregon, indicating life-threatening conditions with little overnight relief. High heat and humidity stretch from Nashville to New Orleans until Thursday, with slightly cooler weather expected by Friday. Around 13,000 people were told to evacuate in Northern California due to a fast-spreading wildfire amid intense heat. The Thompson Fire near Orville started Tuesday and has already burned over 3,000 acres without containment. Images on social media show damaged vehicles and buildings, though the full extent of the destruction isn't clear. Orville declared a local emergency as the fire threatens populated areas, power lines, and crucial water supplies. Over 500 firefighters, 50 fire trucks, and 6 helicopters are battling the blaze amid scorching temperatures. The cause of the fire is under investigation. California Governor Gavin Newsom announced federal assistance to aid firefighting efforts. The state is on high alert for wildfires due to high temperatures and strong winds. Parts of California face extreme heat risks until at least Sunday, with temperatures in Sacramento expected to reach up to 115 Fahrenheit. Climate experts warn of a severe and potentially record-breaking heat wave with little nighttime relief. Now it's time for global updates. Jamaica is preparing for Hurricane Beryl, a powerful Category 4 storm expected to bring dangerous winds and floods. Evacuations are underway as the island braces for impact. The storm's path remains uncertain, but Texas authorities are urging coastal residents to be ready for potential tropical weather over the holiday weekend. Beryl has already caused devastation across the Caribbean, claiming at least 7 lives. St. Vincent and the Grenadines and Grenada are among the hardest hit, with fatalities reported and extensive damage to homes and farms. Venezuela experienced heavy flooding, resulting in fatalities and missing persons. Barbados also felt the impact, with severe damage to coastal areas and the fishing community. Leaders across the region, including Prime Ministers and President Maduro of Venezuela, have described the storm's effects as catastrophic, with widespread destruction and loss of life reported. The situation remains critical as authorities and communities brace for further impacts and assess the full extent of the damage caused by Hurricane Beryl. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia, available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. You are watching latest global updates. Canada appointed its first ever female top soldier on Wednesday, marking a milestone in Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's efforts to promote women to key positions. Lieutenant General Jenny Kerrigan, a military engineer with 35 years of service, including commands in Afghanistan and other regions, will assume the role of Chief of the Defense Staff on July 18. Trudeau praised Kerrigan's leadership and dedication, highlighting her role in addressing sexism and misconduct within the armed forces. Her appointment comes amid pressures for Canada to increase defense spending and modernize equipment, with the Navy recently expressing concerns about operational capabilities. Since taking office in 2015, Trudeau has pursued policies to advance gender equality, including appointing women to significant roles like the head of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. This move underscores Canada's commitment to diversity and inclusion in its military and beyond. Taiwan has demanded the release of a Taiwanese fishing boat seized by the Chinese Coast Guard near the Kinmen archipelago. The Dejinman 88 was intercepted on Tuesday, with Taiwan's attempts to rescue it blocked by Chinese vessels. 2 Taiwanese and 3 Indonesians were on board. Taiwan's Coast Guard called for Beijing to avoid political manipulation and release the boat and crew promptly. The boat, accused of illegal fishing, was taken to Witou Port in mainland China. Taiwan seeks clarification on the inspection's reasons and urges for the crew's swift release. Tensions have escalated in waters near Kinmen due to increased Chinese vessels. China claims Taiwan as its territory and conducts military exercises near the island. Previous incidents, including a fatal capsizing in February, have strained relations, with Taiwan defending its Coast Guard's actions. Efforts to negotiate release have seen some boats fined and released, while others were returned after negotiation. Taiwan continues to navigate complex cross-strait dynamics amid maritime disputes with China. In a tragic incident in northern India, at least 116 people, mostly women and children, were killed in a stampede during a religious event in Hathras district, Uttar Pradesh. The event, held in intense heat under a makeshift tent, drew hundreds of thousands of devotees. The stampede occurred when the crowd surged to touch the Hindu preacher leaving the stage. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath announced compensation for the victims' families and pledged a thorough investigation into the incident, considering whether it was accidental or intentional. Videos from the scene showed bodies outside hospitals and being transported in trucks and ambulances. The state's chief secretary reported that crowd control arrangements were made for 80,000 attendees, but the venue was overwhelmed with up to 3 times that number. Previous incidents have raised concerns about safety measures at such gatherings. Eyewitnesses described a chaotic scene as people fell and were crushed amid desperate efforts to rescue them. The tragic event has deeply shaken the local community and sparked calls for better safety protocols at large public gatherings. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia, available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Now it's time for business news. Today's New York stock close price is 18,028.17. The NYSE Composite is increased by 71.12 points or 0.40%. Tokyo stock close price is 40,074.69. The Nikkei 225 index is increased by 443.63 points or 1.12%. Shanghai stock close price is 2,997.01. The Shanghai index is increased by 2.28 points or 0.08%. Hong Kong stock close price is 17,769.14. The Hang Seng index is increased by 50.53 points or 0.29%. Bombay stock close price is 79,441.45. The Sensex index is decreased by 34.74 points or 0.04%. Let's have a look on today's sports stories. LeBron James has confirmed he will return for his 22nd NBA season with the Los Angeles Lakers, tying the league record. He has signed a 2-year contract with the Lakers with the second year as a player option. This could allow him to become a free agent again next summer. The deal includes a no-trade clause and reportedly a salary slightly below the maximum, aimed at maintaining roster flexibility. James is expected to earn about $50 million next season, pushing his career earnings on the court to approximately $530 million, a historic milestone in NBA history. The Lakers' recent moves include hiring LeBron's podcast partner as a head coach and drafting his son Bronny, setting the stage for a potential father-son duo on the court, a first in NBA history. James needed his contract in place before joining USA Basketball's training camp for the Paris Olympics, marking his 4th Olympic appearance. At 40 in December, James remains a key player, averaging 25.7 points, 7.3 rebounds and 8.3 assists last season as the league's oldest active player. James holds numerous NBA records, including most points scored and 20 All-Star selections. His longevity and impact on the game continue to define his legendary career. Defending Wimbledon champion Carlos Alcaraz faced an early challenge from Australian Alexander Vukic, but rallied to secure a 7-6, 6-2, 6-2 victory and advance to the third round. Despite a shaky start where he lost his serve, Alcaraz recovered to dominate the match with his powerful play, tallying 40 winners. Reflecting on his performance, Alcaraz expressed satisfaction with his play, particularly his strong performance in the crucial first set tiebreak. He acknowledged the difficulty in closing out the set but credited his ability to raise his game and stay aggressive, which ultimately proved decisive. Looking ahead, the Spaniard acknowledged the upcoming challenge against American Frances Tiafoe in the next round. Alcaraz, who recently won the French Open, is aiming for his 4th Grand Slam title and showed confidence in his ability to maintain his high level of play throughout the tournament. Let's have a look on today's weather forecast. Before finishing today's news, let's hear out the headlines again. Cracks showing in Democratic support as Biden says he nearly fell asleep on stage. I am not leaving. Biden expands effort to tamp down calls to step aside. White House weighs options after ruling on immunity as Democrats react with outrage. Trump revels in legal and political wins while Biden's campaign reels from their debate. 4th of July holiday will scorch with triple-digit temps, over 100 million people under heat alerts. Raging wildfire forces 13,000 people to evacuate in Northern California. Jamaica braces for Hurricane Beryl with life-threatening winds and storm surge. For the first time ever, Canada appoints Oman as top soldier. Taiwan demands China returns fishing boat seized by Coast Guard. Stampede at religious event in India kills more than 100 people, almost all of them women. LeBron James reportedly extends Lakers' stay with $104 million deal. And Alcaraz shakes off cobwebs to ease past Vukic into Wimbledon third round. That's all for today. Keep watching Millennium News Hour for latest news update. To stay updated, like our Facebook page, subscribe our YouTube channel and visit our websites. Our website addresses are www.millenniumnews24.com and www.millenniumtv24.com. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for all at TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with us for all the latest news worldwide. Thank you.